All right, so number one, we're going to unlock the love languages. I know you've heard of the love languages, but the problem is that many couples speak different love languages, leading to miscommunication and feelings of neglect. Do you ever feel alone, like your spouse just does not understand you, doesn't understand what you need from them? They're not listening. What you need most may not be what your spouse needs most. I have a free gift at theextraordinarymarriage.com/5 needs, and it is called The Chemistry of Lasting Love. The chemistry of lasting love. And it gets down to what you and your spouse need most from each other. Find that on my webpage. All right. That is a free gift, and it is the place to begin to understand your spouse better. And it's free. So you should grab it. Make sure you grab that. All right. Let's look at the five love languages, though. Now, I'm not going to go through all these. I do have this in some prior podcasts, or you can search my YouTube for that. But five love languages. Basically, I have to say, whenever my husband and I stop to do these, and I ask him his love languages, I didn't realize. I mean, I had been married for many, many years when I asked him that, and I didn't realize what his love language, was. And by just talking, listening to each other, you start to learn these things. The one of the five is words of affirmation. Now, if you're married to an opposite person in personality than you are, you might need affirmation. Just somebody to say, wow, I appreciate that. Wow, great job. I believe in you. But if you're married to the opposite person, they won't. They don't give compliments. The opposite doesn't give compliments. Um, and if you do get a compliment, man, it must have been something fantastic, right? Some people need quality time, and some people don't even think about it. So quality time is the second love language. Some need physical touch more than others. It's kind of like that thing where the people who sleep close together, and they spoon this way and that. Yeah, they need physical touch. But then others are like, please don't touch me while I'm sleeping. Is that you? Please don't touch me while I'm sleeping. Physical touch. Acts of service. Some people naturally give acts of service, and this is actually connected to one of those personality styles, one of the four styles. And some people love acts of service. They had rather have help with this, help with that. It lets them know that you care, while others like receiving gifts. Are you a gift giver? That doesn't always mean that that is your love language. It's what you do for other people because you love to give gifts, but you may have a different love language when it comes to receiving gifts. Yeah? So that's the five love languages. That's another place. Simple to listen, figure it out. Some of these are connected to the personality styles, though. The second thing is navigating the ups and downs of marriage through understanding both of your personality styles. Now, I said a minute ago that if one person understands the styles, because if they did an assessment, they're going to understand their own style. That's important because that's called self awareness before we look out and try to figure out anything else, right? So, one person understanding at least understands how not to irritate their spouse. When you just learn about yourself, you learn maybe more of what your spouse needs from you, what they expect. People's expectations are different. So one person makes a big difference. But when two people go through this workshop, learning the personality styles, and then they can go back and watch it again and again when they're needing to. When two people do it, it is, I don't know, better than 12 weeks of counseling. How much do you pay for 12 weeks of counseling? It's better than 12 weeks of counseling because it's ongoing, it's core information. It is core information that makes a difference to everyone. The problem is without awareness, couples often fall into the same communication traps over and over, creating frustration, hurt feelings, and eventually lost hope Because if you've been in that situation for years, you're like, lost hope. I had some things in my business that I had been working on um, for weeks, months, years, over and over. And, at one point, I started to lose hope. And I could tell you that when I was in the middle of my passion, working to learn so many things so that I could move forward and help you, nothing would stop me. I would get up every morning with what I needed to do, what I needed to learn, where I needed to go, what I needed to do, what money I needed to spend, and I did it. But, when things don't work out, whether it's with our work or with our relationship, once we start to lose hope, it gets harder and harder to go on. And I had that myself. And then I had a few things come into my life that I'm very thankful for that helped return my passion and my passion. I got my passion back.